Hi guys and girls, and welcome back to Zenith Minis. My name is Greg, and this week we are continuing with our Warcry scenery tutorial. If you missed out on the last episode, I showed you how to paint up that purplish blue brickwork, so make sure you click on the link above if you need to catch up. But for today, I'm going to demonstrate how to paint that weathered gold look that you can find on the metallic bits that are in the windows. I'm really not too sure what they're called. They're kind of like a portcullis, but in a window, those things. So without any further delay, let's get stuck in. For today's tutorial, you are going to need 3 paints, and these are Retributor Armor, Agrax Earthshade, and Liberator Armor. You're also going to need 2 brushes, one for applying the base coat and wash, and one for dry brushing. And if you want to achieve that weathered look, you're also going to need a weathering powder, and for this tutorial we're using Aged Rust from Forge World. So to kick things off, we're going to take a fairly large round brush and paint in those grated windows with Retributor Armor. We're using a round brush here instead of a larger flat brush so we can neatly paint in the gold and avoid getting any excess onto the finished brickwork. Next, using the same brush, apply Agrax Earthshade over all the gold parts that you just painted. You'll want to apply the Agrax generously all over the gold and make sure you're getting the wash in all the recesses between the bars. I ended up actually applying 2 coats of Agrax Earthshade just to dull down that gold even further, so once the first layer is dried, just wash it again with a second coat. Now that the wash is done, wait for it to dry and then dry brush some Liberator Gold gently onto the grated windows. You don't want to overdo this step, so make sure you wipe off most of the paint on a piece of kitchen towel before you start dry brushing. Focus your strokes downwards and aim to catch the top of the bars and the rivets. Lastly, we're going to weather the gold using Aged Rust. As it says on the tin, this comes in a powdered form, and there's a few ways you can use it. For this tutorial, we're just going to be loading up our dry brush with the powder and then wiping away most of it onto some kitchen towel. Once you're happy, start to dust your chosen area with your brush. You can keep layering this up as you see fit, and because this is a powder and it's not going to dry on you, you can return to what's left on your kitchen towel to load up again. As this is a powder, you're going to need to seal it in place once you're done, otherwise it's just going to rub off and cause a bit of a mess. So what I recommend is seal it in place with a varnish, but it's important not to use a varnish you have to brush on. Make sure it is in a spray form, otherwise, learn from my mistakes, it's just going to take the weathering powder straight off. So make sure you're spraying it and not brushing it on. And once the weathering powder has been applied, you're all done and the gold is complete. Guys, that is the end of today's tutorial. Really hope you've enjoyed. If you have, drop me a like, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe as well. When you do, make sure you click on the bell icon, because that means you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new piece of content. And while you're there, you might as well check out the video description, because that'll have links to my affiliates, save some money off your miniatures and your paints, as well as supporting the channel. And you can check out my Patreon too for exclusive things like Discord access, early tutorials, as well as private one-to-one tuition. So that is it from me this week. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.